Hi guys, Chuck here. Just going back one more time on the information on manifestation here. It's something that everybody seems to be interested in, and again, I see this all over the internet, YouTube, wherever I'm looking. I just saw a video yesterday that really clicked something in my head. A young man was telling how he manifested his entire life in a very short period of time. And I always go look at the comments, and there were several comments in there. Yeah, I keep trying to do that, but somehow it just doesn't work for me. Okay, so that's what I'm here trying to do, is understand. So if you stick around, hopefully I'll touch something in your understanding that can help you with your manifestation, help you with making a better life for yourself and everybody around you. Really. Uh, my name again. I'm Chuck. My last name is Delph, and I'm new to videos. I'm not trying to wimp out your thing. I'm not a real high tech guy, so some of my videos might look a little rough. We're getting there. I'm learning more and more about this thing as we go here. But I am a clinical level certified hypnotherapist as well, and again, it's given me a very unique perspective to look into people's lives with the people I work with and just my understanding, the training, and the education I've gotten through that. And one of the things that I see is a real problem with people, of course, as I've said before, it's your inner speech, the stuff that goes on in the back of your head that runs in your unconscious mind, whether you know it or not, it runs all the time. And that is what actually controls our lives. Scientifically and as far as the psychology is concerned, they have pretty much determined that about 95% of our life is on autopilot, which leaves us about 5% to work with that we can actually control. Actually, we can control more than that, but on a normal basis, that's about what it is. The inner speech that controls our life is all the stuff that we were programmed with as a child. Much of it very negative. I saw some of it this morning. I was in Walmart this morning. I had to run down and pick some things up for the weekend. And just watching people just absolutely destroy their little children and just yelling at them and just, it's unreal. It's unreal. And of course, I can relate to that from a childhood also. I'm sure many of you can. But one of the things that we do is we rehash our old feelings, the hurts, all of the problems that we've had, and the stuff that we were wrongly programmed with as children. And it wasn't necessarily that your parents were bad people or your authoritative figures were bad people. It's just that they were programmed poorly also, and they just basically are passing on what they were trained for. And the stuff, especially the stuff that has more emotion on it, more physical or emotional values to it, actually makes it stick out in your mind more when you look back. I hear a lot of people, and of course I've been guilty of it too in the past, but a lot of people rehash in their minds, or when they're with somebody and talking about things, you rehash your past, you rehash the bad things that happened to you, and what you're doing at that point, it's really a strange thing. I mean, a lot of times you're trying to justify why you're in a position you're in, or maybe there's an anger that you're trying to get out of you someplace like that, but it just keeps coming up. And since every thought we think is creative, I mean, it really is. We create our life on a minute-by-minute basis. Those thoughts that you keep bringing up and rehashing basically is creating the same situation over again. Maybe a different time frame, maybe different people, different players, things of that nature. But emotionally, you're bringing those old emotions up and creating them. And the thing that I have learned is that manifestation in our life is instantaneous. It really is. It took me a long time to get this through my head, so let's see if I can help you get through your head here. We live in what is known as the eternal now. There has never been and never will be any other moment than right now in your life or anybody else's life. And you will never be any other place than right here. So it's always the eternal right here and right now. The thoughts that we have create right now. So if you have a manifestation that you're trying to pull up money, cars, whatever it happens to be, relationships, when you see that in your mind, it is created right now. In fact, one of the people I've listened to over the years was Esther Hicks, Esther and Jerry, when he was still among us, and with Abraham. And one of the books that they wrote is called "Ask and You Receive," or "You Shall Receive," or whatever. But anyway, so in other words, and Abraham always says that when you ask for it, you get it right now. It's created, and that's because there's only the now. The difference is it's not created necessarily in the physical world instantly that we see, because the world that we see, the whole physical world around us, is basically a reflection of everything that we've thought, everything that we've done creatively in our mind, whether intentionally or unintentionally, up to this point. In other words, it's the past. So you're looking at the past. You can't see into the future because there is no such thing as a future. It's always right now. So what we do in that case is we have to basically assume that we already have that thing, whatever that thing is. We assume that it's already there. And we have to know that we have it in this instant, even though you can't necessarily see it right now, and it will materialize in your here and now. And then once you get that here and now, it's in the past, so you can see it all the time. So, and you can't direct backwards, because that's what I'm just saying. People rehash the past, and they end up creating more of the same, the past, which that thing is not there that you're trying to manifest. So how do you do this? The biggest thing is you have to know that you have it. You have to understand that you're 100% creative. You have to also know that it works that way. It just does. And I had a guy one time tell me, we were talking about doing things, and I said, well, how can you do that? And he says, raise your right hand. And I did. And he says, how did you do that? I just did. Okay, well, that's how you do manifestation. You just do. The biggest trick is to get rid of all that negative stuff that you've been rehashing in your mind, because that's gone. It's never going to come back in. And it's not occurring right now unless you're bringing it up and rehashing it in your mind, and it's bringing up the emotion. And since our unconscious mind works off of emotion, and you also see the pictures, you see the videos in your head, the physical manifestation you'll see in your mind of all that stuff that happened in the past, then your conscious mind, or your unconscious mind, it can't tell what's real or what's imagined, and it creates more of the same. So you keep seeing the past, you keep seeing what happened. You may be emotionally unhappy, you may be hurt, just bringing all that stuff up. So a lot of the manifestation gurus will tell you to sit down and write down everything that you're thankful for. Well, yeah, okay, you can do that if you want. That's never worked for me because, again, that stuff is in the past. We're right here and right now. The best thing that I can tell you is that we need to clear all of that garbage out of our mind that we hold on to from the past. You have to let it go. And it took me a while to figure that, because a lot of the people I listen to, they say, you just have to let go. You have to release it. You have to understand that all of that stuff is not now and that goes away. So just let it go. That's what it comes down to. And I couldn't understand that. I said, okay, so I take responsibility, I let go, but then it's still not happening. Well, there's still some stuff in there somewhere. You got to get it out some way. How do you do that? Some people can just do it through maybe manifestation or through meditation. You can go to a shrink. I don't know if that'd help you or not. Shrinks are, they charge a lot of money, and it takes a while, believe me. That's why I got into hypnosis, was to clear myself out. That's why I got into the training. I've been doing all kinds of different, self-help for myself, helping others. I got into different types of, I got into a meditative state in 1977 with the Silva Mind Control Group, and it really made a difference in me, but it took me a lot of years, and I did manifest some really great things in my life, but then I just kind of drifted away from it for some reason, and I think I'll do because all that negativity was still in there. So it's taken me a while to get that out of me. How do you get that out of you? Well, you can just understand that, take responsibility for yourself, and say, I got to let this stuff go, quit bringing it up. And if you do bring it up, don't get mad at yourself. Just forgive yourself. Let yourself know. And that's another big thing, is to forgive yourself. Let yourself know that that's not you anymore. If negative thoughts come up, that's not me anymore. Okay, I'm not that person. And I guess that is the real trick. I mean, Neville Goddard talks about becoming the person that has or does that thing that you want. What does that mean? Let's say that you wanted $1 million. Let's say that you wanted that kind of cash and that kind of income. You really have to ask yourself, how would a person that is in that type of a financial frame, how would they think? How would they feel? And it's not like, hooray, I'm rich. I got $1 million or 10 million or 100 million or whatever that you have. That's not what they do. I'll guarantee you that most people that have that kind of money right now are really, it's just like normal. It's just like, okay, so I'm rich. So what? So now what do I do? And how do I take this money and work it? How do I do it for more? They're not jumping up and down excited about it. They're just practical about it. So you have to become that kind of a practical person inside of yourself that already has that type of money. Now, and I've said it myself. I heard somebody say this the other day. They say, well, yeah, that's all well and good. I mean, I can tell myself and I can imagine I have the money. But if I don't have it in my hands, I can't go spend it. So that tells me I don't have it. And kind of the thing that I came up with through listening to a couple of other people, I kind of put this together in my head. And what I do for myself is I say, yeah, okay, I am the person that has that kind of money. I don't have to spend money right now. I don't need to spend money right now. I don't need it. I don't need that thing that we think that we need. I don't need that. Okay? Like to have it. One of these days I'll get it, but right now I don't need to spend the money. Okay? I need to do other things, and I need to work on myself and just basically do those things. And it sounds kind of silly sometimes, but that's really where it is. Make it sound real to yourself. Make it be real to yourself. You have to know that you're there, whatever it is that you have. And the other thing you really have to watch out for is pushing too hard for something that you want. There was a guy a number of years ago. His name was Itzhak Bentov. Was an interesting character. If you don't know who he is, you should look him up. He said that one of the universal laws says that uncontrolled desire repels exactly what you desire. In other words, if you're, I got to have this, got to have it, you're telling yourself you don't have it. And the universe says, yeah, okay, you can not have that. That's fine. And you don't have it. And then on the other side, there is there's another part of the law that says when you learn to control your desire and keep it under control enough, but not kill it in the process, that desire will come for you. It will basically pursue you. And if you have the negativity cleared out, if you have all of those past situations under control so they don't come up anymore, you're not recreating all of that old stuff, then you have room for the new stuff. And you just have to be one with that. And the interesting thing about it is I could go into lots of things that I've manifested over the years, and it's really surprised me. Had one today. It was kind of stupid, but I thought of it yesterday, and it happened today. Boom, just a little thing. But I'm saying, oh wow, I just saw that yesterday, but it wasn't something that I was extremely emotional about or tied to, and it just absolutely worked perfectly. I just saw it. Boom, that's it, done. Okay, it's mine. I knew it was mine. I knew it was there. I knew it was coming, and I knew it was just a matter of time until it appeared in my physical presence, and it only took a day. So that's pretty quick. It's almost instantaneous on stuff like that, and you can do the same thing with big stuff. I saw I'm trying to remember who said that, but they were talking about manifestation, and the adage was that it's just as difficult to imagine a button, like a button in your shirt, as it is to manifest a castle. So, button, castle, what's the difference? It's the same thing. Money, cars, relationships, no big deal. It's just as easy as that. It's just there. But the big thing is to get yourself cleared out. And what I've done over the years, since I've been certified as a hypnotherapist, is I have worked with people on those contexts. I can't go really into a lot of those happenings with people. That's just basically a privacy thing. But I'm happy to work with anybody on that level if you've never been hypnotized before. It's a very unique, very peaceful, very pleasant thing. And like I said, I'll do a video on that sometime in the near future, exactly what hypnosis is. And if you've never been hypnotized, then you're in for a treat, I'm telling you. You can contact me through the email. I'd be happy to work with anybody that really wants to be worked with. And again, the thing that I always say with changing things within, even with hypnosis, is you have to be ready to change it right now. There are 3 determining questions, and you have to ask yourself these up front. Number 1 is, I know that it's up to me. I'm responsible. I have to change this, and I have to change it right now. Okay, that's called being at threshold. Works, I think I mentioned that once before, it works with smokers, drinkers, people that want to get that, drug addicts, things like that. If you really want to change that, you have to know it's up to you. You know that you have to change it, and you know you have to do it right now. If you can answer yes to those 3 questions, you can fix anything through hypnosis. You really can. Just contact me. And also, what I'm going to ask you to do is go down to the comments, and if you have questions, give me some questions. I look at the comments, and I will, the best I can, will answer questions in the comments. If I get questions that multiply, like multiple of the same question, I'll probably answer it on a video. But yeah, always leave some kind of a comment about what you're thinking, the issues you're having, why you think that manifestation is not working for you, and I'll answer that on the comments. Also, if you can, just give it a like. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps out. It's a fairly new channel, and I'd like to get it up and running and get out to some people that really need the help. Not that you don't, but you can help get this out to people that could really, really, really use the information that I have available here. So anyway, I'll get back again here very shortly with more information. And until then, be at peace. Be at peace within yourself. And above all else, learn to forgive yourself for everything. There is nothing that serious in life that you need to beat yourself up over. So talk to you again on another video. Have a great day, and see you later.